you have a mat, feel free to stand on it, and we're just going to get started with some standing marches. So raising your legs up, we're going to get this going. So you guys can keep your music going, you can keep your videos as we raise our legs, getting our heart rate started for today's class. You can touch your legs, and now we're going to bring our arms up and start an oblique twist. So opposite elbow to opposite arm. Whew. Starting this morning off right. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Starting your week off right or ending your week, however you see Sunday. I'm going to do 8 more of these. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to get into a second position. So feet a little bit more than shoulder length apart. We're going to be doing this a lot during our class, so making sure that you have that. And this is a barre class. So as we do this, I'll explain to you all what barre is. So going into a plie, going straight down and up. You can keep your arms on your hips or not, whatever feels right. Barre is a fusion of yoga, Pilates, and some traditional strength training, as well as ballet. It is used to target specific muscle groups in small pulsating movements. It is to differentiate from strength training, gives you a nice new workout that maybe you don't get in your normal strength training. So we'll do a few more of these. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying in this plie position, we're going to just turn our feet inward and go into a side lunge. So bringing your foot down, ankle above your knee above your ankle, and we're just going to start switching here. Bringing opposite arm to opposite leg. You all are looking great for the ones I can see. Hope you all are listening to some great music, maybe some Fleetwood Mac and some Guardians of the Galaxy I saw in there, because I don't really listen to modern music that much. So we're going to do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying up, we're going to go to the edge of our mat. Now that our heart rates are nice and raised, we're going to bring our arms up, shoot them forward, and walk our arms out into a plank position. So for a plank position, we'll be doing this throughout our class. Have a nice flat body. You want your elbows, your arms to be directly from your shoulders, and have a nice strong body throughout this. If it is too much on your wrist, you can always just go on your knees, and that will hopefully lighten the load. So in this plank position, we're just going to alternate between this and downward dog. So shoot those hips back and go into a downward dog position. Feeling that stretch and walking that dog, meaning you're bending different legs, just stretching them out. And when you want, you can alternate back into the plank position. And just alternating between these for 4 times. Really stretching out your body, thanking it for starting this class today. And back into plank. 2 more. 1 more. Stretching it out. Feeling that stretch. And staying in the plank position. You guys can drop to your knees for a second. We're going to do a few push-ups in today's warm-up just to get our bodies really activated. So for a push-up, you can stay on your knees if you want in that plank position, or you can go up onto your toes. What's important for this is that your arms are below your shoulders and they come out to the side with a flat body, keeping that whole body engaged as we do it. So get ready. We're going to go up in whatever position is right for you. You're going to go up in 3, 2, 1. So down and raise. We're going to do 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and 5. Staying up. We're just going to finish this off with some plank jacks. What that means is you just shoot your legs out to the side and bring them back in. If you want, you can tap to them to the side. This is just going to get our heart rates nice and high, right, nice and high for the rest of our class. In 4, 3, 2, 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everyone. Hope your heart rate's high. I know mine is. You can go back into a child's pose stretch just to stretch it out a little bit. And we're gonna go into our next section. If you guys want, you can grab a quick drink of water. Now we're gonna go into arms. Starting off, we're gonna do no weights. So you don't need anything. You can grab some if you want, but these are specifically designed with no weights, so it's not necessary. Once you have that water, we're gonna go into our arm section. So for these, we're just gonna do some arm circles. These are bad boys that Liza taught me, and they really definitely burn even without anything. So bringing our arms directly to our sides, just keeping them up, we're gonna do small circles, thinking a 1-inch radius. And if you want to have that extra burn, you can go into a plie position to have that whole body engaged. So we're gonna do 15 in this direction. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're gonna switch directions. We're gonna do 3 sets of these. So our arms are gonna be nice and engaged by the end of this. You do not need any weights to get your arms fired up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other directions. So these are great. You can just do them around your house. You might look a little strange walking around just with this, but it is totally fine for 4, 3, 2, switch directions. And if at any point you want, you can go into a standing position. If you need a break, you can roll. You can shake out your arms a bit. Totally fine. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating. I am glad we fixed our AC. It was just about broken, and we were worried we were gonna have to go into the summer without AC, which for those of you who live in Virginia, you can imagine would be not the most fun. For 4, 3, 2, switch directions. 4, 3. All right, now keeping our arms up, we're going to shift our palms facing up and pulse them up. Think about for pulsing, you're not bouncing up and down, you're moving up 1 inch and down 1 inch. And if you want, you can stand up, really making your own resistance. That's how you get this workout. So pushing up slightly and down, push. 4, 3, 2, now face the other way down for 4, 3, 1, pulse up. All right, shake your arms out. I know they're probably burning. I always get amazed how much you can get your arms to burn without any weights. So we're gonna do one more section without weights, and then I'll switch over. So keeping our arms out again, we're going to now this time give them a slight bend, making 45-degree bend. We're gonna be doing the same thing, circles, but you'll feel it. It feels a little different. You definitely feel it more in your shoulders. I know I do, kind of like that, like a little dance move. I used to do a lot of modern jazz and stuff like that. So this feels right, like a nice throwback. Shifting in the other direction. Whew, I am burning for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Shake out your arms. You can give them a nice stretch, keeping your arm above the elbow, not on it, just feeling a stretch on your right arm, and then shifting to your left arm. All right, so now we're gonna shift to our weight section. So like I said, 1 to 3 pound weights, 4 and 5 pound also works, or whatever you have. I will be using 2 cans of chickpeas. That is also more than fine, or water bottles or anything like that. We're going to get into that in a second. Grab a drink of water. So going back down into our plie position, we're gonna be learning what I like to call the alphabet. We're gonna be learning our W's and our M's. So going into a plie position, you want your elbows nice to your side, almost like they're pinned to your side, and bringing your arms with your weights, whatever they may be, out in front of you. We're gonna start out by making an M shape, kind of like the McDonald's M. We're gonna bring our arms up and to the side, making that nice curve and lowering. And we're just gonna stay in this position. If you want, you can go into a standing position, but if you want that extra burn this morning, staying in that plie position will give you that. So for these, it's really important that you engage your muscles in both directions, slowing down, really feeling that tension as you go, making that sweeping motion. I know I'm feeling it just with these cans of chickpeas. I don't know about you guys. If anyone has any questions throughout that, you can feel free to put something in the chat section. I will see it. So keep doing these shapes for 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. And now we're going to shift into making a W shape. It's very similar, just opposite, and it will feel slightly different for 2 and 1. Now bringing our cans down, we're just going to bring them out into a W and bring them into the center. So just picture you're flipping that upside down. I don't know about you guys, I feel everything burning. I feel it in my glutes, I feel it in my legs, I feel it everywhere. If you guys are ever concerned about where you're feeling it, feel free to take a break. This is your workout, your intentions that you set for today, what you want out of it, so whatever works best for you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay in this plie position though. If you want to shake it out for a minute, we can. We're going to do some single arm raises. So bringing our arms out again, we're going to bend an arm. I'm going to choose my left arm. You can do the same, or if you want to mirror me, you can choose your right. And you're going to keep that other arm straight. And you're just going to bring it above your head and down. Feeling that in your shoulder. So you bring it down and feeling that in that other arm that's not moving. Just as hard to keep something stationary, I always say, from moving. We're going to do 4 more of these. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending this arm, straightening this one. We're just doing the opposite side. I am sweating a storm up. I don't know about you guys. So really feeling that engaged muscle movement. Control is really important. It's important you're not falling down when you bring that arm down. Maybe trying to incorporate your breath with this movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. I've been trying a lot of yoga during this quarantine, which has been really helpful. I don't know about you guys. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Give your shoulders a roll forward, and then roll backwards. We're going to keep these cans in our hands. We're going to shift into a skier position. So I'm going to face the side so you guys can see me. You're going to bend your knees slightly, lean forward about 45 degrees, and look 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Having that nice bend, you're going to bring your elbows to your sides, tucked in just like the M's and the W's, and we're going to do some tricep extensions. So we're going to bring them straight out and in. You can look at me for a second, then look forward so your neck is not straining. Never feel straining your neck. If you are, you can stand up and just do them like this. So feeling this in your triceps, which is the back of your arm. I know small weights always shock me with how much it can make you burn just with these small movements. I always like this because I feel like I'm a skier about to shoot off, even though I've never once skied. I'm probably a terrible balance, even though I did ballet for all those years, so I'm probably fail miserably. I don't know if that would be the best idea, but I can do it in bar. So we're going to do 4 more of these. 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to keep our arms straight out, and we're going to pulse it. So once again, moving up an inch and down, up and down. Keeping that form that we established earlier on, flat back, looking 3 to 4 feet in front of you, knees slightly bent. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, and we're going to clap our hands. So bring those 2 weights together, or jars, or hands, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your arms in. We're going to finish off with some rows. So keeping your arms at your sides, you're now going to bring them straight, your arms straight out in front of you, making a line from your shoulder to your hands and pulling those weights in. So we all have light hand weights, whatever they may be, or nothing. So the way you're really going to engage your muscles here is by making that tension with your own muscles. So what I like to do is picture you have a pencil between your shoulder blades and you're bringing them in, squeezing it together and down. Or you're literally rowing, you're pulling 2 strings in, tension, and down. We're gonna do 8 more of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everyone. That is your arm section for today. So you can place these down, give your arms a nice shoulder roll, rolling your shoulders forward, rolling them backwards. While we're doing this, if you want to grab a quick drink of water, I'm going to with my large Disney cup that follows me everywhere. You can also towel off if you want. I don't know if you guys are sweating like I am, maybe it's just me, but just feeling that nice stretch, rolling your shoulders forward and backward. It was really good after that arm section. Forward, backward, and then doing a quick bicep stretch, bringing that arm forward, palm facing the camera, and just doing a slight stretch, and then switch hands. Great job. Now we're going to switch into our bar section. So for this section, you're going to most likely need something to lean on. It can be a table, a couch, a chair, whatever works best for you. If you don't have anything, you can balance. Just be super cognizant of the movements that you're doing and make sure that you are stable throughout all of your movements. Want to make sure that this is a workout that goes great for you, but also does not injure you. So with that, we're going to go into our bar section. So we're going to start in first position. To get into first position, you're just going to have your legs, your feet close together and turn them out, bringing your ankles together. This should be a nice, comfortable turnout, nothing too uncomfortable. Don't overextend yourself. And we're just going to do some plies. So same as we were doing in second, but now in this position, we're going to bring our feet down into a slight bend. Then we're going to raise our ankles, straighten our legs, and lower. So creating that diamond shape, raise your ankles, straighten, and lower. You can put your arm on your hip. If you did ballet, like me, you can move your arm with your feet. This is just engaging our ankles, getting them nice and warmed up. Very important to warm up your entire body before a workout. I know that some of the time, warm up and cool down are the portions of the workouts we sometimes tend to neglect, but they're super important. So whether you're working out on your own or in a class, it's very important to incorporate all the warm up and cool down and stretching that you need. We do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch directions. So raise your ankles, bend your legs, lower your ankles, and straighten. So just the same movement in an opposite direction. I don't know what the weather's like for you guys. This weekend's finally starting to feel a little bit like summer, which is nice, except if you are like me and Irish and very pale, it means that you have to start wearing sunscreen, which I forgot to do. And so I started getting sunburnt. And for my mom, who's actually listening to this class right now, she was not happy with me. She says, no, you're pale, Claire. You need to wear sunscreen every day. So it's sunscreen season for me. So we're going to do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now staying in this first position, we're going to go into our plie section. So what you're going to do is raise your ankles into that releve position, or just ankles raised, and you're going to bring them together. So I like to say that they're kissing. That's what we said in ballet class, whatever. Just bring them so they're touching. We're going to go into a plie position, creating that nice diamond shape and having that nice neutral spine that we were talking about earlier. We're just going to do some normal plies for this. So all the way down and raise. So full range of motion here. You can have your arm on your hip. You can move it. You can have it out to the side. Nice controlled movements. if your legs are shaking, that is totally normal. You are engaging muscles that maybe you don't always use. I am shaking. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I definitely am. If you want, you can go a little bit further down, keeping those knees together to what we call Grand Plie. This means bigger plie, but very fun name. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to stay down and do mid-range. So all the way down and halfway up. All the way down and halfway up. I am feeling it halfway up. For 4, 3, 2, and we're going to stay down and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Feel that stretch. Lean forward. Stretch your legs a little bit. Maybe do a calf stretch. Bringing your one arm to your right leg. Grab your ankle. Feel that stretch. You can switch before we switch to our other side. So starting on our left side now. So I'm going to move this right here. You can switch arms or move your bar if it is movable. And we're going to do the same thing, but on the other side. Starting in first position, we're going to do our plies again. So go into releve position, bringing your ankles together. We're going to make that diamond shape again and plie for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go into that mid-range. So all the way down, halfway up. All the way down and halfway up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everyone. Feel that stretch again. That was great. I am what I like to call a bucket of sweat. It's like I just got out of the shower. Hopefully that's not TMI for all of you, but a lot of your friends and family, so you all know me. Feeling that stretch, we're going to go into our next portion on the bar. So bringing both arms to the bar, feet facing forward, we're going to do some leg raises. I'm gonna start with my left leg because that's the one facing you guys, whatever one you want to start out with. Also, I'm gonna give you all a quick chance to grab a sip of water if you want, as I explain the next move. So for this, you want to picture you have 2 spotlights on your hips, having them face forward, never going another direction, always facing towards your bar. You're going to bring your one leg out straight, keeping that spotlight facing forward, meaning your hips are square. And we're going to just do some leg raises. So keeping that foot pointed, we're going to do a slight raise and lower, raise and lower. So while you're doing these, it's important to make sure that your upper body is not tilting forward like this, keeping it nice and still, really using that glute and upper thigh to lift your leg. And for this, having a slight bend in the opposite knee or opposite leg is really important so that you're not locking it up. We're going to do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it up, we're just going to do some small circles. So circling that leg like you have a pencil in your foot and you're drawing a nice piece of art. Just some very, very tiny circles. Keeping those hips, those spotlights facing forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching positions, opposite circle, opposite side, counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever direction you didn't do before. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that leg up there, I know it's burning, we're almost there. We're gonna do some rainbows. You're going to cross your leg over the non-lifted leg, raise it, and bring it out to the side, making a nice rainbow shape. Once again, picturing a pencil on your toe as you make this shape. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give your legs a quick shake. Good job, guys. We're gonna go to the other side. Whew, I am sweating. I don't know what song you guys are on yet, but hopefully you're liking the playlist. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan. You can tell by the fact that they're on like every other song. So I hope you're enjoying that, or whatever playlist you're listening to today. We're going to switch to the other side now. So for me, that's my right leg. That might be your left leg, depending on which one you did before. So both arms on the bar again. We're going to bring whatever leg you didn't use before out. We're going to do the same thing. So slight bend in the leg, picturing those spotlights. We're going to raise that leg and lower. Making sure you have that neutral upper body, not leaning forward, just engaging those glutes, those legs. Also, it is totally normal to be feeling it a lot in your standing leg too. It is, you just worked it. And also it is bending, it is working too. Your whole body is working. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that leg up, we're going to go into our circles. So small circles, like the pulses, very purposeful movements. Does not have to be high. It will probably feel more comfortable being lower to the ground, whatever's comfortable for you. Keeping those spotlights facing forward. All right, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now finishing off with those rainbows, cross your foot across your standing leg, raise, and other side. Picturing that pencil on your toe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Shake out your legs a little bit. This is our last portion at the bar. So we're gonna do a quick little stretch and then transition to our mats. Sit, keeping both our legs on the bar. We're going to take our right leg, prop it on your standing foot, right above your knee, and give a slight, nice bend in your knee, almost in a chair pose. This is what we call a standing glute stretch. You can do this on the floor too, which we'll probably do later. And switching sides. That stretch feels very welcome after that bar section for me. All right. You guys can grab a quick drink of water as we transition to the mat. I'm gonna adjust my camera to make sure you guys can see me. Grab a towel. We're going to continue our lower body section on the floor. Going to sit on our mat. Once you guys are ready, I'll give you 1 more minute as I grab a sip of water. Also, I apologize for the fact I'm wearing my headphones, a little bit ASMR for you all, but my Zoom audio only works through these, which is fun. So we're going to get started in a bent position. You're gonna have your glutes on your ankles, facing forward on the ground. Once everyone gets in this position, I will get going. This is what I like to call a little pelvis tuck. We're going to have our pelvis facing slightly forward, so bringing those hips forward. Arms straight out in front of us. You can have them at a slightly above your shoulders. And we're just going to raise our glutes like this at an almost 90-degree position and lower them just to barely touch our ankles and raise up again. So you might be feeling this in a few other places in your glutes, also at the bottom of your quads. I know I am feeling that burn as we go through this. Having that pelvis tucked slightly in, I find this one to be especially difficult. It's an area of the body we tend not to work out. It feels kind of strange, but I also find it a little bit fun. I don't know. Do eight more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying up, we're going to do the same thing we did earlier. So halfway down and all the way up. So not touching your ankles this time, doing that mid-range of motion for 8, 7, 6, we're so close, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a quick break. I am burning. I don't tend to work out that area, especially at home. It's a nice workout you can do anywhere in your house. So take a minute and we're going to shift to our right side. For me, it can be your left side, but we're going to lay down on our side. We're going to keep our leg that's closest to the mat bent and our one on top straight. Now, for this move, you can have your arm bent or you can have your head resting on the ground, whatever's more comfortable for you. I'm going to go like this and have this hand just resting on the mat to stabilize me. So with this leg straight, we're going to flex it and we're going to bring it directly up with our hips stacked on top of each other. Meaning you're not rolled out facing unbalanced. You're going to have them stacked on top of each other as you raise. Feeling this in your glute. Raising, nice control. You don't have to do it super high. It's more the tension that you create as you do so. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keeping it slightly raised above the mat, we're just going to bring it out straight. So at a little bit of a 45-degree angle, we're going to raise it up. And as you do this, tilt your foot slightly in so your toe is facing the ground as you raise. That slight turn of the toe really engages your glutes and has a very nice burn for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to finish this off with bringing it in, raising, and just combining the two and raise. So out to the on top of your hip, raise, out to the side, and raise. I'm gonna do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg. Feel a nice stretch. And we're going to shift to the other side. So that for me, I'll be laying down on my left side. Might be different for you depending on which side you started with. And we're just going to be doing the same thing, but on the other side. So once again, you can rest your arm on your hand or on the ground. Hips stacked on top of each other, not tilted outwards. Top arm on the ground to keep it stabilize yourself. Bottom leg bent, top leg straightened. And we're going to just start with some vertical raises. Foot flexed. Feeling that as you raise it up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg straight out in front of you. Tilt that foot downward and do the side raises. I don't know what you guys have been up to. I've been reverting back to my middle school self during this quarantine. I reread the entire Hunger Games series, and now I'm rereading the new prequel and rewatched all the movies, which is very 12-year-old me. Went to the midnight premiere. So that's just some TMI to get you through this. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're just going to combine them. So vertical raise and side raise. I was reading some people saying that we're actually reverting back to our true selves, which was our middle school selves being at home. I don't know if that's comforting or alarming to some of you, but that's definitely true for me. I definitely, being at home has brought up some old habits about YA dystopian novels for me. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everyone. We're almost done with our leg section. We're just gonna finish off with some glute bridges. So get raising down onto your back. We're going to have our legs bent, arms at our sides. And if you guys want, you can grab whatever weights you had and put them on your hips. If you want that extra workout. If not, this will also be a great workout for your glutes to finish this off. So arms at our sides, we're going to raise our hips, making a straight line with our body. From our shoulders to our knees, making that diagonal line, and lower them slightly. Raise, activating those glutes. And if you want that added burn, don't rest in the ground. Hover slightly and raise. That will make sure that you're not resting, you're always engaged as we do these. We're gonna do 8 more of these, and we're gonna do the same combination we did earlier with a mid-range and then a pulse. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go halfway down, mid-range, and all the way up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to stay at the top and pulse up. So 1 inch up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for a quick second. We're going to isolate each of our glutes, and that'll be the end of our lower body workout. So we're going to be doing the same movement, but this time we're just going to lift one leg. So that will mean, for me, it'll be my left leg. For you, it might be your right leg. And you're going to keep your knees in line with each other as you do the raises. We're just going to do some raises and pulses on both sides. So we're going to raise those hips up, keeping them in line, making sure one isn't above the other, and lowering. Feeling this if you have your left leg raised up in your right glute. I know I am for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up and pulse for 8, 7, 6. I know it burns. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Almost there. We're going to switch to our other leg. For me, I will be lifting my right leg now. We're going to finish it up strong, leaning into that burn. The burn is where the fitness comes from, where you get those muscles. So we're going to raise our hips for one more time for 8, 7, making sure those knees are in line, not raising one above the other. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring your legs in. Give them a nice hug, a nice stretch, thanking them for getting you that lower body portion. We're almost done. We're going to do a quick ab portion of our workout, and then I will take you through the cool down. So rolling up on your mat, you can grab a quick drink of water. Perfect timing. Just enough time for our abs section. We're going to start in a plank position. I'm going to demonstrate some modifications you can do in the plank position if you have some wrist or shoulder issues that might stop you from doing this. In the plank position, you can have your feet raised in a normal plank position. You can lower them into more of a hover, so keeping your elbows on the ground, or you can lower your knees. And if none of this is comfortable for you during the plank portions of our workout, you can have your legs bent and pulse it here if that is better for you. Whatever works for you, this is your workout. So getting into our plank position, we are going to have our arms up, and we're going to do some toe touches. So what that means is you're just going to bring your right knee to the front, almost like it's touching your elbow, and back. If you're on your knees, just holding the plank position will also be great. These are slower mountain climbers, lower impact. 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in that plank position, we're going to be doing a similar thing, but this time you're going to curve your nose in, almost like you're trying to touch your nose. So bringing your right leg forward, curving that back, and back out. We're going to do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. That is the end of the portions on the plank side of things. We're going to lay down flat and do a quick Superman to work the back side of your core. We often only work our abdominals, but it's just as important to work your entire core, including these back muscles. So laying down straight, you're going to bring your arms out in front of you. We used to do these a lot in gym class. So what you're going to do, looking down, you're just going to raise your arms and your feet and your head. So looking down at the ground, raise for 3, 2, 1, and lower. 3, 2, 1, and lower. So as you're doing these, if you want that added workout, just don't rest on the ground. Just hover and lift for 3, 2, 1. For 4 more. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Great job, everyone. We're going to do some quick core work on our back, and then we're going to finish up with our cool down. So lay down on your back. We're going to bring our feet into a 90-degree position. So what we like are tabletop, as we call them. So knees directly above your hips, feet bent, arms at your side. We're just going to lower 1 foot at a time, calling them toe taps. So I'm going to start with my right foot, bringing it down, toe taps the ground, and up. And then alternate legs. This is working your lower abdomen, your lower core, keeping them in that tabletop position. You can keep them bent. You can straighten it and lower if you want. I'm going to keep them bent for now. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping them bent, we're now going to make a bucket with our hands behind our head, scooping it up. And we're going to bring our one leg down and straight, and bring our opposite leg to opposite elbow to opposite knee up. So bicycle crunches. Keeping that core engaged, making sure your back is not arched, it's touching the ground. Now make sure that you're working your core, not just your back. And now to finish off our abs section, you can stay in this, totally fine. But we're going to finish off with some bicycles. So similar movement, just at a faster pace. I'm going to count you down from 20. Ready? And we're going to be making a circular motion. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, 11, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. Maybe you learned to count and I didn't, because, you know, at the end of the workout, you're just tired. You don't feel like counting. So bringing your legs in, we're going to switch to our cool down. On that playlist, you can go to the Beatles section. The last 3 songs, nice cool down music. We're going to start on our back, regaining our breath. Bringing in, straightening out one leg and bringing in the other to a hug. Circling the ankle clockwise and then counterclockwise. Keeping this leg in, you're going to take your right hand, if your right leg is up, push it on your knee and push it down to the opposite side so that it's crossing your body up until that point where you feel that stretch, but not when your shoulders come off the ground. So keeping your shoulders on the ground and looking in the opposite direction. You can bring your arms down to a T position for this stretch. Breathing in, deepening into the stretch. Coming back into center. Bringing both legs in again. And now keeping in your left leg and straightening your right leg. Rolling your ankle clockwise. And then rolling it counterclockwise. Now taking that left hand, pushing it across your body, feeling that tilt and facing and turning your head the opposite direction. Feeling that nice stretch in your obliques, in your glutes. Breathing in, thanking your body for all the work it just did, thanking it by doing this cool down and giving those muscles the stretching they need. Bringing it back into the center, hanging those legs in one more time, and rolling up. Bring your feet into a butterfly position. Stretching them out, leaning forward. Just a slight stretch. Now going into a plank position again. We're not doing any planks, don't worry. You're just going into a downward dog. Walking the dog, alternating your feet, stretching them. Bringing your right leg forward into a runner's lunge. And if you want, lifting that right leg arm to give a nice stretch. Bringing it back down. Shooting that leg back into downward dog. Giving it a stretch. And then bringing your left leg forward. Lifting your left arm. Feeling that stretch in your glutes. Back down. Now you can walk your right legs up towards your feet. Slowly straightening those legs. Letting your arms droop. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, rolling up your spine. Feeling them stack on top of each other. And your shoulders. And then finally your neck. Bringing your arm across your body, stretching your arm. You can either have it in front of your elbow or behind it. Feeling that stretch. And then shooting that arm, pushing it behind your head, and walking those fingers down your back for a tricep stretch. Switch hands, left hand for me. Stretching your arm. And then shooting it behind your back. Walking your fingers down your back. And finally, we're going to breathe in and just do some centering breaths. Bringing your arms to heart center. Thanking yourself for joining this class. Thanking your body for being able to do this whole class and being able to move. Thinking about what you want to do for the rest of the day and week. You started it off great in a great way. One final breath. Thank you all. That is the end of our barre class. Thank you all so much for joining. This was my first full class. I really appreciate everyone who came. I will be able to stay for any questions that you all have. I'm just going to stop the recording and allow it so any of you can talk to me if you would like. Thank you all.